Do you want me to intro or are you introing?
I don't mind. I was going to.
You go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Mm-mm-mm.
What's up, guys, and welcome to a special presents. I don't think we've really settled on a name for this. This Nerd Life presents. Anyway, we're gonna do some limited series of different themes and different ideas, and we're doing a first look for the next few weeks, covering what did we agree on? We covered Dead Island 2, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and the vampire game. I
Redfall.
always keep forgetting what it's called. Redfall.
And we might,
Redfall.
if we want to, we might do Speedstorm as well, depending.
Yeah, what's going on with that, man? You said it was good, but I keep seeing fives. What's the situation?
There is.
Is it good?
Yes and no. It's obviously still in early access. There's too many currencies, and it's kind of repetitive, but I enjoy it. There's a free game trial on PS Plus right now. You should download it and have a go.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. I saw there's 2 hours free.
Yeah, do it. You get a lot in 2 hours.
But that is not what we're here to discuss today, Mark, even though I'm the one who brought it up. We are here to discuss Dead Island. So this is not a Let's Play. There'll be footage playing as we talk that I've captured, so it's my gameplay. Mark has not got the game. In the future, we will do Let's Plays for new games, but Mark has no intention on buying this, so it'd be a bit difficult to do a Let's Play.
No, I bought.
And then the same for Jedi Survivor.
Yep.
That's a single player game, which we both will have. And then for Redfall, we haven't really discussed, but we'll probably play it on a game night. So maybe we could just capture that with no audio.
Yeah.
A game night's worth of footage. Like, not full 2-3 hours or whatever, but like half an hour of our game night. Just quickly record. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we will do proper Let's Plays for these games in the future. Well, not these particular games, but for games in general. But wanted to try something a bit different this time, where you can see the footage, but where Mark gets to ask questions, I get to explain it a little, and yeah, just trying something new, man. You know, you don't know if you like it till you try it, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's how I found out I liked your cock.
Hey, you're the only person that does.
Yeah?
Probably, I don't know.
I mean, it's very difficult to take 14 inches, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's two.
I did it like a champ.
It's a two-hander.
Anyway.
Yeah, the only...
Honestly, I could do it with a third hand.
Disgusting. I mean, part of the reason I haven't got this is because I've spent already too much money this month on games. And I don't want to... Like, I've already bought Deceive Inc., Speedstorm, and I will be buying Star Wars. So I can't justify spending another 50 quid on the game. So...
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Kick me off. Tell me your initial thoughts. Tell me about the intro. Tell me it all. Just tell me, and I'll jump in with some questions.
So, I've played the same 4 hours, I think, twice. 3 hours, maybe twice. So, I've played up to a certain point in single player on my own, and I'm playing through with a friend. In co-op as a separate character though, so we're playing the game start to finish together. So last night we did that, and then I've also this morning / bits of yesterday done it solo, so I've played through like the same section twice. But we won't be playing it together now for a little while, so I can storm ahead a little bit on my solo character. Dead Island's been in Dead Island 2's been in development for what feels like, I want to say 12 years.
Something like that.
Sounds about right. Since Riptide came out, Dead Island 1 and Dead Island Riptide. I mean, in the game, he mentions, like, one of the characters in the game mentions he hasn't seen someone for, like, 14 years. So it's around the 10 to 14 range, because he would have not seen them, done the 2 games, and now here.
Riptide came out in 2013.
Riptide was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so dead on 10 years since the last game. So, yeah, I've got quite a bit of experience with the first 4 or so hours, but I haven't gone much past that. So this is another reason we're doing it as a first look, is because as of recording this, the game's not even been out for, it's been out for a full day, all of yesterday, and that's it. So, and I do have a job, much to many people's surprise and disbelief. So I haven't gotten too far into it. I will be over the coming weekend. What to say about Dead Island 2? It's hard because, as I said, I've only got
What's
4 or so hours with it.
okay? I'll ask you some questions then.
I'll give my high level thoughts before getting into
Yeah.
details.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a good game so far. It's not necessarily a great game. It's not necessarily innovating the open world zombie genre. But what it is just damn right fun. And that's all that matters to me. So I think it's about setting expectations, right? I'm going into Star Wars next week expecting a fantastic story, fantastic gameplay, emotional moment, blah, blah, blah. We're expecting this high level shit from Star Wars next week because that's what the first game was, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Dead Island, I went in buying this knowing best case scenario, I have fun chopping zombies up. And that's exactly what I've got. Do I care whether the story's generic or a bit over the top, silly, dumb, blah, blah, blah? No. Do I care if it's not being innovative? Mark, help me out here.
Innovative.
Yeah, whatever. What he said. Innovative. Do I care if it's being a narvatarvatav? No. I went into it wanting to just fuck around and kill zombies, and then in co-op fuck around and kill zombies with my mate. And that's exactly what I've got so far. I am only 4 missions into the 24 main mission game. So it's hard to talk about the story, but as you would expect, for if you've played Dead Island 1 and Riptide, it's dumb and it's over the top, and it's like a lot of zombie stories. Oh no, zombie outbreak, let's try and get to the authorities, and then we fail, so we run into a gang who's going to help us to get to here, and blah, blah, blah. I haven't obviously got that far, but I imagine that's where it's going, because that's where it seems like it's going so far.
Yeah.
It has the over-top LA setting, which is kind of fun, which is kind of funny. I saw in a lot of reviews, people were saying the humour of the over-the-topness of, LA influencers, celebrities, Hollywood. It's rather hit or miss. Some people loved it, some people thought it was cringe. I'm loving it. I'm playing as a character called Danny, an Irish woman, and her accent and the way she talks is so over the top. It's hilarious. But I can see why people would think it's bad. And it's very meta. There's a side mission where you help out a social media influencer. And she makes a comment of like, "No, I'm going to start recording now. No swearing in the first 1 minute. I've already got 2 strikes." And so that's a good little jab at YouTube. They don't like swearing in the first few minutes on a monetized video. So yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be and exactly what I wanted it to be, which is I don't want some emotional groundbreaking story. I don't want to be thinking about the ethics of what's right and wrong in this world. I want to fucking chop a zombie's head off and move on with my day. And that's exactly what it's giving me. It runs extremely well for a game that's been in development development hell for 10 years. It's a solid 7 at the moment. I get this, I don't want to say too much on a score because I am so early into it. I'd much prefer, maybe on like a podcast, we'll wrap up these games. Maybe we'll do like a podcast dedicated to doing our final thoughts on the 3 games we're doing our first reviews on or whatever.
Yeah.
Our first looks at. But I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Good. I'm glad to hear that because I never played Riptide, but I was so excited for that first Dead Island game that came out. I remember me and my mate James.
The lies.
Yeah, we were just so excited. And I remember buying it off Amazon or something back in the day, or maybe even game, but it got shipped.
Games for 20 odd quid.
Yeah, it got shipped to my house, obviously a day early, and I was like, fucking fantastic, brilliant. James, get over now. We played it for hours, and it was brilliant. And I played it the next day, and I was like, oh, it's just more of the same. And I was, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, or whatever they say. And it's worse for a gamer. Like, I mean, yeah, I spent so much money and so much time looking forward to it. Because I used to get those little Xbox magazines, you look through the previews and shit. Dead Island was there, I was like, fucking love zombies, love zombie games. Yeah, and it was shit. It was just too repetitive and boring. And although like the zombie killing was good and the the crafting, making weapons and shit was kind of new and exciting because you could make like electrifying pickaxe and stuff, which was like new back then. It was just really boring. So I'm glad to hear that this new one is not so chuggy. It doesn't just chug along, you know. So, yeah, no.
Well,
What?
it's hard to say after only like 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's interesting. A lot of what you said, I would actually say, does apply to this game. It is probably going to be the same thing over and over again, which is craft a better weapon, jump out, kill some zombies in a generic mission, come back to your base, blah blah blah. I just think it's a bit more fun this time. They've got this what they call the gore system, which is very good in it. You know, chopping jaws and eyes off, and arms, and ripping rib cages open. It's very good, and there's a lot of blood in it, which is nice. And
Good.
I think the Hele, as they're calling it, they call it Hele instead of LA. Over the top setting does a lot for it. You know, I really like Dead Island 1's Benoi, which was the island they were stuck on, but it is just a lot of forests. Where this is, you know, a lot more colourful and crazy mansions, and yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I think that would be much better than the first setting. Like you said, you liked it, but I found it quite boring. I mean, it was just. I think I'd probably prefer Hele, as you say. Yeah, I think it'd be better. But then again, I don't know. As I said, I like zombies, but zombie games recently zombie games generally are touch and go. Like obviously, Dead Island was shit, but you liked it. I mean, Dying Light was great, but Dying Light 2 was awful.
Not so good. Yeah.
Not so good. I mean, Dead Rising, well, they're all great. Resident Evil's a little bit of a different type of game, but still good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think like I'm glad from the review.
Days Gone.
Right, Days Gone. Yeah, exactly. That was great.
Yeah.
From the reviews and what you've said, it seems like it's a good game though, so I am excited. I haven't read too much about what it's about, so like, can you give without like huge spoilers? Obviously, I don't mind, but people watching might mind. But like, can you give us an overview of what the story's like at the beginning? Like, do you wake up and you don't know what's going on, or tell me?
Sure. So I don't think we've really said anything spoilery up to now. I guess I've mentioned a side mission, but yeah. So from here on out, I'm going to spoil the first 4 missions from here on out. So yeah. So you are in LA. You can pick to choose of one of 6 characters, all with different stats and different skills they might have. And all obviously have different backgrounds. So, you know, my main playthrough I'm playing as Danny, who I've described as an alt bi girl because she's got that look. And
Nice.
as you would know, that's my weakness.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing as her. She's a former skater, like a roller skater.
Okay.
She's Irish.
Nice.
But there's other characters. So there's a guy called Logan was from the first game. A guy called Ryan, who is my co-op character with Mac, who is a stripper disguised as a fireman. There is Carla, which is a former stunt woman. There's someone else that's a former like Paralympian. There's someone that's just like from the hood. A British guy that was a stunt performer, I think, actually. Yeah. Anyway, so you get to pick one of 6 characters. So the situation is LA has been hit by the zombie outbreak, and everyone is trying to evacuate, and everyone's trying to get on one of the last few planes out of the city. And this is where all 6 characters are. You get a little intro, seeing how all 6 people made it to the plane. So, you know, you see 2 of them were on the same bus and go up the stairs. 2 of them snuck in as the plane was lifting off. One of them, you know, got in a different way. Like, you know, it's kind of generic, but you're seeing how they all get to this plane. Mm-hmm. And the plane takes off, and of course, as in every zombie survival film, show, game, book, whatever, someone on the plane has been bitten.
Right. Yeah. Nice.
And is mid-turning, and they become a zombie and start attacking people on the plane. The plane calls for help, and the military blows the plane out of the sky to make sure the zombies don't leave LA via the plane. And this is where the game starts, of the plane coming down, and you pick one of your 6 characters, and then the plane goes down once you've picked, and you wake up in the wreckage. You get out of the wreckage, and you meet a celebrity who's like, you know, I'm going home because I'm rich, famous, and that'll be the best place for me. It's a big mansion. If you want, you can join, and leaves. Mm-hmm. You're helping 2 people that are stuck under wreckage, and one turns and bites you. And that's where the game starts.
Oh, really?
Turns out you're immune, or
Oh.
kind of immune,
Oh.
as as the game promoted. Like, that's not the word I'm looking for. Words are hard.
Do you get?
But,
You don't get zombie powers, do you?
yeah.
You do.
I've not got them yet, but like, yeah, I've not got them yet. But that was in the again. I was saying promoted, but that's not the word I was looking for. Advertised, whatever you do, you're infected and you're immune, but there is a side effect to that. So you're not going around trying to find like, in Dead Rising, you got to find Zombrex to hold it off and shit.
Yeah.
That's not the case. You're dead. You're dead immune, but like you get side effects of it. Mine, I haven't got that ability yet, but like it's starting to build towards it because like things like how vision goes funny and it's looks like you're turning but you don't. But yeah, they showed off in gameplay as this game was being advertised.
That's kind of
advertised, not promoted.
That's a lot like Dying Light 2. Spoilers again if you haven't played. But you get
Yeah,
like zombie powers, don't you? Or I can't really remember. It was not very great. I mean, it's not a great game, but you get bitten at some point, and then there's points in the game where you like it takes over and you like go zombie mode and you slash and kill loads of people. And obviously there's that bad guy that he kind of is controlling the zombie virus as well. It's very strange.
yeah.
Very similar.
I mean, the game's been in development for 10 years across like 4 or 5 different developers, so who knows when that feature was introduced.
Yeah.
Whether it's just a case of bad timing that they had always planned to do this and then Dying Light got there first, I don't know. But yeah, so that's where the game kind of opens up. They're not calling this one an open world, it's open areas. There's multiple small areas to explore and do side quests in and find collectibles, loot, etc. But it's not one giant open world.
Okay. I think I'd probably prefer that in a game like this.
Like I was saying to Mac last night, like I imagine because this game also came out on last gen consoles, that's why it's not some massive open world.
Yeah.
Because last gen won't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
So they have to be segmented areas where you travel between. And Dead Island 1 and Riptide were kind of half and half. They had the massive map, and then you traveled to a small area and then back to a big area. So it wasn't too dissimilar, but these areas, certainly the 2 I've been in so far, seem smaller. Considerably smaller. But there are still stuff to do in it. There's still side quests and stuff, like I said, and there's still cool things to look at and run around. It's just, you can't get from point A to point B without going through a loading screen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe...
But the loading screen is very quick on PlayStation.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, maybe there'll be an even... Normally in games like that, where you have like the small starting area, and maybe even a second small area, maybe we'll go into a bigger area later. So that's something. Sometimes they do that, but I don't know. It looks well. I mean, it sounds really good. Like, part of me is tempted to go get it.
Really good is a stretch.
I mean, okay, it sounds...
It's a stretch. You need to go into this knowing it. You're here to chop up zombies. Now, whether I play another 5 hours over this weekend and I go, okay, I'm bored of it now because it's repetitive, I don't know. Like, it's too soon to say. I probably won't have that attitude because I don't mind the repetitiveness, but others.
Yeah,
might.
I mean...
And I find the humour funny. I find the silliness and the over-the-top funny. Like, it is making me chuckle.
Yeah, I think I'd find like the humour and all that. It sounds like my type of thing, but it's from what it sounds like, it's the lack of proper narrative that I would struggle with. Like, I need a game that has a narrative, even if it's just, not great. Like, there's an A to a B, and
No, it does have a proper narrative. I do want to be clear, it does. It does have a main mission story structure. I'm just saying it's not any different that you haven't already seen before. So far for me, zombie outbreak starts, find survivors, find base, let's go let the military know. Oh no, the military aren't here anymore. Well, I've told them I'm immune, so they want me now, so now I've got to go back, and I've gone back, and oh no, one of the survivors has gone for a walkabout. I need to go find them. Like, it's that.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
what you're going to get here.
It's like a child reading a book and or writing a story and they go, and then
Paint by numbers.
and then, yeah, as opposed to like Days Gone where it's like, okay, well, you've got a character-based narrative here. Is it Deke? Deaky? Yeah. What's his name? I can't remember.
Deacon St. John.
And you, like, throughout the game, like, you have all this zombie stuff, all this side quest stuff, but it's his story going from A to B. You have flashbacks, etc. And it's like, I think because you can play as a generic character, and the first one was like that as well, the first Dead Island. I remember I think I played as the Asian woman that was like the blade expert.
The spy or something.
Yeah, and
Spy as a hotel manager, I think she was.
yeah, and because of that generic start, I think I'd find that bit the tough bit, where it's a generic story to fit anybody or anybody that you can play as, and I think I'd struggle with that. But yeah.
Yeah, as I said, it's very paint by numbers of like, right, what does every zombie piece of media have? We need the person that's immune, cool, check. We need the authorities that you're going to go find, but when you get there, they're gone, check. We need a random person that thinks they can go out and survive on their own that we have to now go rescue, check. Like, that's where we're at so far.
Yeah.
It's not a very long game from what I'm seeing. I think people are saying like 20 odd hours. There's 24 missions. I've done 4 of them so far. I think I saw people saying you could probably bust through them if you just did the main story, not exploring and blah blah blah. You could probably do it in about 15 to 20 hours. There's about 40 plus side missions and stuff. So that'll make the game obviously go a bit longer.
Okay, so you're probably looking at like
and for
30,
me,
40 hours for completion, right?
Probably, if you want to do everything, and then maybe a platinum was probably going to be more like 50.
This was going to be
It
my
seems like a nice little platinum.
My next question: are you going to get the platinum? And if so, like I haven't looked at this trophy list, but have you?
Yeah, I've looked at the trophy list. Some of it I obviously don't know necessarily how difficult it is until I've got there in the game. So it doesn't seem crazy. So there's challenge based trophies, like complete X amount of challenges and stuff, but it's not. There's no complete all challenges trophy, which is nice.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
You only have to do the first tier of each category of challenges.
Lovely.
So that will save a lot of time. There's not many. There's only 2 multiplayer trophies, which I have both already.
Nice.
So that's that handled. If I, don't have to worry about multiplayer shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no difficulty related trophy.
Nice.
I think there's collectibles, but again, I don't think it's get every collectible. I think it's get a certain amount. Seems like it's a pretty nice trophy. I wonder if there's any guide ratings out yet, just to get an idea of what the internet's saying. So yes, I intend to platinum it, and at a look of like how difficult I think it will be, I don't think it'll be difficult at all, and I don't think it'll be that time consuming. All right, so Power Picks has their roadmap out already.
Oh, nice.
Well, this is interesting. They reckon 3 out of 10.
Okay.
Approximate amount of time to platinum, 25 hours, which is interesting. This might be just like mainlining. No, because you have to do side quests. So maybe, don't know how he's doing it in 25 hours when a lot of people were saying the campaign's like 15 to 20. Anyway.
Maybe you don't need to do all the side quests.
Keep having.
Maybe it's just a handful that you have to do.
You've got to do like 40 plus. Yeah, you've got to do like 40 plus, dude. Still got to do quite a lot.
Okay.
Number of missable trophies, 0, which is always nice.
Yep.
Glitch trophy, 0. That's always nice. No difficulty trophies. Minimum playthrough, 1. Can do everything after completion. So yeah, it doesn't seem too bad at all. So they say, finish the main story, finish all side quests, and then finish all of the other type of side quests, and then just do challenges and clean up.
Not bad. I mean,
it really doesn't seem too bad too.
No.
The main challenge here is amassing a mil for the survival challenge. Hollywood Rich List. This counts the total cash you've earned. This I didn't know. Cumulatively, you don't need to have 1 million at the same time.
That's okay
if you spent it.
I mean, as long as you're kind of like
quick trick is to sell all your stuff, but buy all weapons from a merchant, sell back the same weapons to him, travel to another merchant, and repeat.
Yeah, it seems like if you have to, I mean, if you keep an eye on it and you're selling all your stuff and you're picking up stuff, etc., it's probably an easy one to get. But even so, it seems like there's a farming way, a grind at the end that you could kind of just go chug through it and get that last trophy. So, I mean, it sounds pretty good. It sounds like a 80% completion kind of rate to get the platinum, which is always nice that you don't have to get the one. Like whenever you see a platinum list, and it's like, oh, you have to get 100% of the collectibles, 100% of all the the whole game, and it's just like, oh, that's a bit of a drag. So yeah, no, everything you've said, like, it's teasing me. Like, I do want to play it.
If you manage your expectations, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a wait till it's cheap and maybe pick it up in a couple of years or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, what I said to you before, when you asked before we started doing this is, like I said, this could be a great podcast game where you watch a cutscene, but then you immediately just put your headphones in and go off and kill zombies for an hour.
Yeah.
Whatever length your podcast is, blah blah blah. Like, I think it's gonna be, or music. If this is a great game to play with headphones in, I guess.
Yeah.
Which isn't a dig at its story. I still think you should listen to the story. I'm just saying, like, there's nothing, like, for me, killing zombies will easily kill an hour of my time. If I just turn the game on and run around and kill zombies, I'll be happy.
Yeah. I mean, like, sometimes there's I can't remember like what, but I haven't done it recently. But I have had, obviously, we've got the two TVs set up in the front room. If Jordan's not using her TV, then I basically have put something on her TV, like a TV show or something, and I've had my game. And obviously, it's not like a narrative based game, or if I'm just doing like a collectible cleanup or something, I can watch something and just do a thing. So just like your podcast or music, like, it sounds like a game where I could just go kill zombies and catch up on a show. Also, watch the end of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Just
it was a good last episode, I thought. Some dumb shit, but we'll save that for maybe another time.
yeah, a bit dumb.
The Dadalorian.
Yeah. So your general consensus is this is going to be a great game, basically.
No. Great, it's not a word I'm going to use.
Sorry, yeah.
My general
Good.
consensus is, if you manage your expectations, you'll enjoy this game. And there are plenty of good elements to it. It's just not some groundbreaking shit. And it's not incredible. And there's better zombie games, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's silly, and sometimes you're in the mood for that. So I would say, I think when I finish it, I'm going to say this was a good game.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll say it. I think I think on an unbiased, technical and objective view, it'll be considered a good game. I might consider it a great game from a personal fun level, but I don't think as, like, not that we're reviewing it, but if you were to compare it to, what else is in the market, blah, 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 I don't think you could call it a great game objectively.
Yeah. Okay.
I think objectively it's good.
Do you think you'll end up playing the whole game co-op? If you...
Oh, that's the intention.
Yeah.
The only thing that stops that is just time. If me and Mac,
True.
don't have too many solo, just me and him, game nights. We only have the one. As you know, you're in the other one. And we have, the odd hour at lunch
Yeah.
from time to time. But that's the only thing that will stop that. Because then, in like 2 weeks, we'll have Redfall.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a co-op game. And we're going to want to play that. So, I don't...
I got to turn...
I don't need him. I don't need him. That's the...
I don't need him.
I don't need him anymore in that sense for any trophy-wise, if we're talking about a platinum. I want to be clear, I very much do want to play the whole thing with him, but, like, if he or I turn around and went, I just don't have time to do this co-op with you, we're both sorted, we have what we need trophy-wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to play it all the way through with him in co-op.
Nice.
It's a good laugh, If killing zombies with friends, obviously the difficulty ranks when there's more than one of you.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little challenge. It's up to 3 people co-op.
Oh. It's teasing me.
Yeah, I know,
It's
you're really
easy.
fucked up, yeah.
I know. I can't afford it.
Nah, I would pick it up on cheap.
Oh, well.
But yeah, any other questions?
Yeah. One more question just to finish up. What's your all-time favorite zombie game?
It's a great
And
question.
why? One reason why.
I don't know if I have an answer.
Well, I'm gonna have to rush you for
Not
an answer.
I don't know if I can
Okay.
give you one.
Maybe not best then. But a really good zombie game that you would go and play now if you weren't playing Dead Island.
I honestly might say Dead Island, the first one, because that's like one. I just did this really weird hand movement. It was. It's not a good game. Like, it's not a great game, especially on a technical point of view. But I have such fond memories of it. Like, I could walk you from the fucking Coast Guard outpost to, like, the hotel or to the beach resort area, and, like, that was my first experience with a zombie RPG game.
Yeah, nice.
and I have very fond memories of it, but I know it's not good, but I love it. Not so much Riptide. Riptide can suck a dick. But like I'm trying to think, like I quite like I'm trying to go through the big ones. So Resident Evil, I wouldn't call any of them my favourite.
No.
Dying Light would be high up there. Again, I'm not sure it's my favourite. The Dead Rising franchise in general, like I really like Dead Rising 3. I loved that one, and that was quite a good one. So maybe that would be up there. But yeah, it's a difficult one.
Nice.
And Days Gone deserves to be up there. I don't care what anyone says.
Days Gone is great. Yeah. Mine would be Resident Evil 3, not the remake. I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna pick that up when it's cheap, but like the original Resident Evil 3, oh, so good. And one that just popped into my head, a little classic, Undead Nightmare.
Yes, yeah.
That was good. That was
Undead
good.
Nightmare.
Not a favourite, but a little cheeky one there. Awesome. All right. Well, I think that's Dead Island 2 in a nutshell there.
Yeah, I think because this is like a first look, and we've obviously had gameplay playing in the background. We should maybe do a final episode on all of this. So once we've done the next 2 games, we'll do one more episode where we go, all right, now we've played all 3 of these for X amount of hours. Let's give a final kind of thought on it, maybe.
Yeah, a little roundup Ed.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're playing Dead Island 2, let us know what you think. Is it good? Is it shit? Is Mark shit? Probably. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that other shit YouTubers say to annoy you. I've said shit quite a lot.
Shit.
Shitty shit. Have a shit day.
Shit. Eat shit.
Eat shit. Bye.